Good morning. Um, Looks like there's a technical issue with the Facebook one because it was scheduled yesterday. Um, Let me see. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, come on now. Sorry, because I didn't do. Okay. Well, okay, maybe we just won't be on Facebook today. That's fine. That's no problem. Good morning, everybody. Hi, hello, hi. Welcome to another sketch session. Sorry I didn't make it yesterday. Woke up yesterday morning and the heat was out in our apartment, so that became sort of priority number one. And don't worry, it's back on now. It's not like it wasn't a huge deal. It's happened at least once before. It's just I just need to like contact our landlord and do the whole song and dance about it. But it's fine now. But because of that, actually, yesterday we didn't come to work for the first couple hours of the day. We were getting some stuff done with the heat issue, and then after lunch we went ahead and decided to come on in because the studio has heat and we wanted to be warm. So we were obviously we're going to bring the dogs because of course we would. Why wouldn't we? But then we felt bad because the cat was left by herself. So we decided that this was going to be the day that the cat came to the studio for the first time. So Cora the cat got to come to work yesterday and explore the studio and run amok, and it was very fun and cute. She's a cute cat. So, yeah, Sonali, it's currently we're like in the no, not the worst part of winter right now. That was a couple weeks ago. It was like truly the worst. Hopefully it doesn't get that cold again, but it was just in 50s in our apartment. So where it's supposed to be in the 70s. So it was like 20 degrees colder than is like comfortable. Um, 15 to 20 degrees, depending on your temperature. But yeah, definitely was an unpleasant experience to wake up to. Um, yeah, good morning, Linda. Good morning, Ellen. Yep. All right. So I will go ahead and flip to my overhead camera and we can jump into the fun sketching part of today's sketch session, shall we? So let me just get that out of the way there. That out of the way there. So I did still like have an entry for yesterday, but I didn't really I didn't do any art stuff except for the nice lettering. But oh, excuse me. I'm gonna grab well, I'm gonna do some lettering first, and then I'm gonna grab some markers to do the fun shapes that we've been up to. Also, I was doing some watercoloring yesterday, practicing for one of the upcoming classes, painting snow with watercolors. It was a fun task yesterday. Me too, Sonali. I'm really enjoying this style of calligraphy. Taking a quick look at our past Wednesday. Okay. Yes. I think maybe I messed that up a little. Looks like a lot more like a like a M, huh? Well, we'll roll with it. Tis what it is. Yeah, happy Lunar New Year. Year of the Snake. To me, that reads as the year of transformation and growth. Snakes to me have always been symbolic of transformation and growth rather than something negative. Snow is definitely tricky with watercolors, Sonali. It's all that having to think about things in the negative space, not wanting to cover up too much because of the snow needs to be bright. Good morning, Bobby. And Brenda Lee. Yes, thank you. The heat is back on. We are all good. Kind of just one of those things that we have an old house that's was built like 100 years ago. So and we have like old radiator heat, so it just kind of sometimes likes to act up. Lots of snow this morning, Bobby. Ooh, I hope that's beautiful and lovely and pretty and not terribly annoying. And no, thankfully we weren't without heat for too terribly long. An earthquake in New Hampshire, is that normal? Does New Hampshire normally have earthquakes? I'm gonna grab a marker really quick. Okay. And another aftershock. You know, it's funny. Out in Oklahoma and Kansas. So I am from Kansas, but I grew up a lot in Oklahoma. So I know a lot of people in both places. But because of fracking, the drilling practice, the oil practice, there has been a huge increase of um, earthquakes and such in those areas, and that's become a very normal thing just in the last like 10 years or so. And it's extremely weird because that is not like the norm. That has not historically been the norm in those regions. So I've been in one earthquake, but it was really minor. It was just the sort of like vibration, not the not the full, like, I thought it was. So I was in the movie theater when it happened. This was back in high school, and we were in a really quiet part of the movie. I don't remember what movie it was either, but it was a really quiet part of the movie, and um, then I felt this like rumbling, and I thought it was like super, like a bassy sound, either from our movie or maybe from like the neighboring theater. Um, but it turns out when we got out, we had a bunch of texts. Like me and my friends, we all had a bunch of texts and everything, and it was an earthquake. There was an earthquake. Oh, Linda, you were in a serious earthquake. And Bobby, whole house was shaking hard. Oh, I hate that for you. And Brenda Lee, you're in the New Madrid fault line. Whew. And then Linda, you were in the Northridge earthquake with a 6.7. That must have been truly frightening. I grew up in tornado country, so that was my natural disaster of choice, I guess. But earthquakes and things are very, like, the idea of it just kind of happening and not having any warning is alarming. I don't love that. And I guess we had floods and things every once in a while as well. Living in the flatlands really kind of lends itself to flooding. You were home alone when it happened, 4:30 a.m., and it was dark. Yep, Tornado Alley. Natural disasters are such a funny subject because they are so everyone has something. I don't think there's anywhere that doesn't have some kind of natural disaster, which makes sense. We all live on Earth, and Earth is full of all kinds of nonsense, does all kinds of strange things. Well, not strange. We understand why these things happen scientifically, but they just, to us normal people, they just happen. But it's interesting because everyone has like their own like normal ones, and then the ones that they don't like they can't conceive of, that they can't deal with. Like I have never truly experienced like a monsoon. um Bobby, oh, Brenda Lee, go have a wonderful day. We'll see you around. Thanks for stopping by. Bobby, on the is there like a group for Foxy students? No, not yet, but John is actively like working on a new site that will have that feature. So it is something that we are working on. Yeah, it's one of those like things that's just been overdue for a while. Need just a good common community space where folks can hang out without needing it to be like an active live class or something. Mm. Exactly, a place to post and encourage. So there's always a community ready and available. Because there's just nothing quite like that support when you are really needing it. that is a lovely color on that yellow. Yeah, the next version of Foxy is going to be just so great. The one that we have right now like totally served our purposes for a time, but we've kind of outgrown it, and it's just been a matter of like taking enough time so that John can really sit down and work on it, because that's technical stuff. I don't know how or what he's doing exactly. I just know that I'm really glad I never had to learn code like he did. Yeah, that too. Navigatability is something that our current site lacks, because when we first built it, we only had 8 classes. Now we have like 125. So things have grown, which is a good problem to have. Yeah. I guess I hadn't even considered the backlog. Whew. Thank you, Bobby. Yeah, launching with 8 feels bonkers for sure. It definitely doesn't feel like it was 3 years ago. Ditto what John said. You guys have been amazing these last few years. It has been a joy and a privilege. I am happy Linda brought you here too. Bobby, you've been a lovely part of our mornings and classes. All of it, all of that stuff. John's right. You really might be our biggest brand ambassador, Linda. Nice. Playing with color. I love to see it. Thank you, John. I have been really enjoying this little fun exploration into color. Hmm. Okay, I think I am about ready for this one to rest, to hang out. Any other last little bits here? Okay, yes. I'm very good with this. This is very fun. All right, I am going to go ahead and wrap this one up for today because I have a muffin waiting for me and I'd like to eat it, to be quite honest. But this has been lovely as always. You all are a freaking joy to begin my day with. You help really set the tone for the day. So I really appreciate you being here. Yeah, Linda, thanks so much for coming and for the well wishes on the heat problem. Always very appreciated. I will see you all tomorrow morning for the next sketch session, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye.